Hey, what's up, everybody? So, today is April 24th, and there is a card show that is happening over the weekend. I think it starts today. It's the Toronto Sports Card Show, one of the biggest ones in Toronto. But last time they have two events, one in the spring, which I didn't go last year, and one in the fall, which I did go, and it was huge. So, my plan this time around is I've well overdue to submit some cards. I had 30 initially. I filtered it down. I might filter it down again some more. Just because you want to make sure when you're submitting that you look it over, because when you pull a card, for me per se, you kind of just get blinded a bit of oh, the centering looks good, I don't see any whitening, but then you look at it more closely, and you have to filter it out. Just review each card that you submit, and then just look it over, making sure that it will most likely try to be a 10. And what I look for is clearly, number one is centering, number two is whitening in the corners. So here I'll give you an example for this Waylord. Okay, that didn't work. This one might be one of the tougher. That's embarrassing. But yeah, let's take a look at this Waylord here. And I usually do it in a dark light, just because the lighting can affect the way it looks. So I look at the corners here especially. Make sure there's no whitening, absolutely zero whitening whatsoever. And I'm just trying to see. There might be something here. And that, see, and I'm glad I looked it over, because that will probably not 10, right? And the whole point of this is to get a 10. It just ups the value of the card. If you get a 9, it's just, I submit cards that I don't mind getting a 9, just because, hey, I like the card and I want to keep it in a sealed, casing. So this one, unfortunately, won't 10, and I'm going to have to set it aside. But what I'll do is then I'll use this as trade. Some shops will take cards at 80% value. I think this is going for $30. So 80% of that is $24, right? So I can then take this card, trade for something that I want to get at tomorrow's show, and trade for that, right? And it's $24, right? It's easier. I try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, but if it's a bit tedious, you got to go meet up, or you got to plan things, you can negotiate. And at the end of the day, it's rare that you're going to get 100% of the value of the card. You'll most likely get a 90%. And then, if you negotiate with a vendor, they might even go up to 85%. So it's easier to just trade some cards at these shows, because they might have cards that you want. And it helps build diversify your, I guess, collection, right? So, back to grading, because I do segue a lot. But yeah, so like this, centering looks amazing on this card, to be honest. And then there was no other whitening or edging aside from that bottom part. And unfortunately, I got to take this off my list. But I'm going to go through each one of these. But here's another Waylord. This one looks a lot better. I'm going to submit that. My Kilowatt Trell. I've got a Rush Ram with a promo here, with the box armor promo. I got a Noibat I'm submitting. This Belly Bolt I'm submitting as well. It looks really clean. Kingdra, I've had this for a while. It is a little OC, so it might not 10, but I'm okay taking that risk. So I've used those grading tools before. I have that app. And it helps, right? It helps clearly, but you have to line it up specifically. I think that what you really need, or what I need, is the actual template. Sit it down and put it over, and that'll give me a better idea of the centering. But right now, I'm not gonna go in too detail with my submissions as I did before, because I used to go to each card, use the app, get the centering, get the percentages, save it, store it, whatnot. It's just it eats up a lot of time, maybe over an hour, a couple hours to do that. I'm just eyeballing it, and this is a test. This is gonna be my third submission, but yeah. So here's but I'm just gonna see eyeballing it and see how better I do. But I am, again, like I said, filtering out my collection, making sure my submissions before like I submitted it again. So I'm going to look these over tonight more with scrutiny. But I have got the gouging fire here, the walking wake. I know one of these might not, like there's a whitening here, but I'm hoping that whoever gives it to me will just be generous. This one looks super clean as well, which is the Thunder Raging Bolt EX, Glaceon EX. Again, this looks clean, right? And I pulled the Espeon, got that in a 10, hoping to get this in a 10 as well, but we'll see. I think currently this is like $400, and if it 10s, it's maybe like 1,000. Magikarp, there is, so aside from the centering and the whitening, I also look at the surface, because that is one of the value, or one of the attributes that they look at. And there is a bit of like print lines in the back. There's one giant print line right here, but it's only at certain angles. And from what I've seen online is that what they'll actually do is the grader will actually have a PSA case, and they'll put it over, and then if that print line gets hidden by that case, they might make an exception for it. So we'll see if that works, because other than that print line, this Magikarp looks really clean. Maybe a bit of edge wear here, and that's the other thing too, right? Like there, if like there's like a little white edge wear here, but I don't know if you guys know, but like in a PSA slab, and I'm just gonna grab one real quickly here. Yeah, let's take this one. So if there's edge wear, there's these little tabs here, and it might mask or hide that little edge wear on the slab. If it's on the corners, from what I've read or seen online, I forgot who the YouTuber I saw, but if it's on the corners, they'll ding you more, and it's more if it's more visible. But if it's on the edge and it's being hidden by these little indentations here, I think they're a bit more lenient, is what they were saying. And that holds true, because I did submit 2 Zapdoses before, and one of them had like a little edge wear at the top. It was a little nick, but I still wanted to submit it because it was the first SIR that I pulled and got me into the hobby. So I'm hoping they make an exception for this one. I know it's gone down, Magikarp's gone down in price, but you know, let's like hopefully they're just a bit more lenient in that. And it's still such a sick card by Shinji Kanji, as you can see here. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I've got 2 Bulbasaurs. What I do is I just want to get these graded, and then I would probably sell it just because of the value of the card, right? So they're right now they're going for $60 Canadian, and I think the value of these are just maybe under 300. I would say about 250 for the cards themselves. But I would then use that as leverage, right? Either selling off Facebook Marketplace, or going back to a show, or going to a shop and then trading it for another high-end card, just to grow my collection. You've got Psyduck here. We got Ninetales. I've had this for a while. It is a bit OC, but other than that, it is clean as well. Execute. I'm gonna submit that. There's a little whitening on the bottom right, but we'll see how that goes. Mesprit. I've had this one for a while. I want to just grade it and see how it does. Espathra. I think this isn't worth too much. Maybe just a bit over $100. But yeah, I pulled it. Looks clean. Just get that graded. This Mimikyu here, I've had for a while as well. I think I bought this online, and then value of it's gone up. Oh, the other thing too is, so the front looks clean, right? And the black borders are harder to grade, as well as, again, something that I've researched. It's a lot harder to grade, but the value of this card's just gone up, so there's no, there's no harm in getting it graded. But also in the back. So at the front, you're looking for a 55-45 ratio, but in the back, they're a bit more lenient. They can actually do 30-70 on it. So the back's not as, it's a bit more, it's not as centered. I think it's actually a bit diagonal from what I'm looking here. But hopefully they look at the front more, and then just look at how much more aligned it is and versus the back. But yeah, I want to get this graded. If not, adding it to my collection, and then just as like a PSA 9 or PSA 8, whatever, right? And then this one I picked up. It's a pretty cool looking card. Are those print lines? Oh God. Oh, that might not be good. Oh no. There's like these lines going across. I think they are print lines. And that is not cool. Because so what I wasn't actually going to get this graded. I was going to trade other cards for it. But like I saw online or on my collector app that PSA 10 is like $600. And I think the card itself is like maybe under $10. Oh no. Oh. I think there's massive like surface damage and it's very noticeable. I'm gonna have to not submit this. So again, yeah, before you make a submission, just go through your cards. Make sure that like you're happy with your submission. You want to be close to as you can be, to making sure that they gem 10. Oh yeah, this is one of the really tight top loaders. But yeah, filter out your cards, do it 2, 3, 4 times, even 5 times, just to make sure, right? Because you don't want to spend money and then it coming back as like a 6, a 7, 8, or 9. 9's not too bad, but again, you're still losing out on money depending on which cards you submit, and you just want to try to get a 10 as much as possible, right? And my whole goal initially for grading was one of two things. There are cards that I wanted to just for my PC, right? Like I said, that Zapdos one, I wanted to get it no matter what. I thought I was going to get a 9, surprised that it got a 10, and then I was elated when I got a 10 in that. And then 2, I want to get 10s so that I can trade up my cards, right? It gives you buying power, it gives you trading power, it just gives you excess, like a bit more cash flow or value to get those higher end cards, those chase cards that you want. It takes time, right? Don't rush into like, oh, I didn't get this, I didn't get that, and then like just rushing to get your cards graded so that like without looking it over. Be meticulous in your grading, and then go from there. So like the other stuff here, I have like, this is my grading pile. I've got another pile for grading because this one's OC. I'm gonna trade for these tomorrow. Maybe not these ones because those are like under $10. But I'm gonna trade my cards, and then here's the Goldango I was gonna grade. But like, oh, I think I noticed something. Oh no, is there a second card here? Yeah, there's a bit of whitening on the top right. Do I risk it? It's such a sick card. I don't know. I might not trade for this away. But yeah, I'm going to use these as like to trade for other cards. Just because like I tried selling it. I've got a Lorcana card here. I don't know if anyone's going to take that. But I tried selling these ones. Didn't move. Like just too many people wanted like 70% value. And again, don't settle for 70% value on your cards. You can always go to a show and get at least 80% for it, right? Or you can go to your LCS if you have a good relationship with them, and they might offer you 80% cash, which mine does. So yeah, using these trade up. Lysia's, I got a 10, my last one. And the Gardevoir, I'm contemplating on trading up, but that's just like a back pocket thing. I might add a bit more slabs that I have as trade value for nicer cards. Like I'm looking for the Terrestrial Festival Eevees. I've got the Umbreon, I've got the Leafeon, I've got the Espeon, and I need the others. I need the Sylveon, etc. I'm looking for the Sylveon VMAX. I'm looking for a Greninja in English. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to get, but primary goal tomorrow is to get the Salamence for Journey Together, because that's the last SIR I need, and then those Terrestrial Festivals, and then Unigaba in PSA 10s. I already have 3 or 4 of them, but yeah, hoping to get a bunch of cards tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys are going, if you guys are from Toronto, you guys are going, good luck. Hope you guys get the cards that you want over the weekend. But yeah, other than that, the whole purpose of this was just to show you the cards I'm going to submit, and then I'll show you once I get them back in a couple or a few months. Just, I know there's a backlog, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, peace out, and talk then. Bye.